What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Today, we're going to be doing the other side of the Rudy Gobert trade between the Utah Jazz and the Minnesota Timberwolves. It kind of randomly dawned on me that I never did the other side of this. I did do the Rudy Gobert Timberwolves side, but I never did the Jazz side, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So I think we're just almost at about a week since this trade went down, so I am a little late on this. Again, I do apologize. I'm sure all of you know what the trade is, but just in case you don't, I will read it to you. The Timberwolves received Rudy Gobert. The Jazz back received Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverley, Leandro Balmora, Walker Kessler, who was the number 22 pick in the 2022 draft, Jared Vanderbilt, a 2023 first-round pick, 2025 first-round pick, 2026 pick swap, 2027 first-round pick, and 2029 first-round pick. Now, I've given a lot of my thoughts on this trade. I did it in the Rudy Gobert video, and I've shared a couple on Twitter as well, but my main thought about this is I think it was time for Utah to move on, and they got a really good package in return. I'll get into more of my thoughts on this trade more once we dive into the video, when we're kind of just simming around and making some trades and stuff like that. But before we do, I just want to give a big thank you to you guys. I've obviously been uploading a lot more consistently, and you guys seem to be enjoying the videos a lot more, so I just want to say thank you to you guys, because honestly, I hadn't uploaded in a long time, and not consistently anyways. It had been pretty much since last summer. Now that we're back on track, kind of uploading almost every day, it's been great to be back with you guys especially. So big thank you to you guys. Of course, if you guys have not yet, could subscribe to the channel. It does help me out a ton if you guys are new around here. And of course, if you could leave a like on this video, I would appreciate it. And of course, if you guys do have any other video ideas, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. But more importantly, let's get to this one, the post-Rudy Gobert Utah Jazz rebuild. It's an interesting looking team. Our goal is to obviously win them a championship. Let's hop into it. So we're just here on the big shared file that I've been kind of trying to update myself throughout the offseason so far with all the transactions, signings, trades, everything that's occurred so far. I'm mainly focusing on the team that I'm using. So today we have the Jazz. We can kind of take a look at what this roster is kind of looking like post-Rudy Gobert. Of course, it's probably not 100% accurate with the offseason still going on. There's still trade rumors up the wazoo. Donovan Mitchell's name is, of course, in them, but I think he's probably going to stay in Utah, and I think they'll probably give it a season to see how things kind of work. But that being said, this Jazz roster, I would say, definitely got a little bit deeper now that Rudy's gone, but you definitely lost the better talent, which obviously does suck. But there's still some good depth on this Utah Jazz team. I don't think they're going to be anywhere near a contender this year. But that being said, I'm going to maximize Donovan Mitchell. I'm not going to be trading him today. So let's take a little bit of a look at what the roster could potentially be looking like before we do get into year number one. I'm not going to make any trades because I don't really feel like, I don't want to make a bunch of trades because this could be kind of what their team's looking like, if you will. So Mike Conley, who I believe was injured, if I'm not wrong, but he's back. He's obviously on the older side. He's been with Utah now for a couple years. Is he an expiring contract? I think that's one thing that we really got going for us here in Utah is we should hypothetically have a lot of cap space because Conley is a team option. We got Jared Butler in here. Nice young piece. Potentially could be maybe paired with Donovan Mitchell, but probably not. Donovan Mitchell, obviously the guy who's going to be leading this team hopefully to the promised land. Malik Beasley came over in that trade with Minnesota. I think that's a really good depth piece right there. They still have Jordan Clarkson, obviously. Patrick Beverley, who came over. I don't really know what I'm going to do with him, if I'm being honest with you. I just don't really feel like he fits this team. There's a lot of guard depth already, so yeah, we can kind of go from there. Xavier Sneed, so we're kind of in need of a small forward. I'm assuming maybe one of these two guys. I mean, obviously the NBA is basically positionless at this point. Mr. Rudy Gay still here, and then I don't know who's going to be starting at center between Azubuike or Walker Kessler with the way the team's currently looking, but yeah, let me go ahead and set the rotation for year number one. I'll be back. I also went ahead and I added Will Hardy to this staff. Just obviously he is their new head coach. Quinn Snyder has moved on. It was a mutual agreement or whatever. But yeah, Will Hardy came over from the Boston Celtics organization. Diehard Celtics fan here. I'm not going to lie to you. I know nothing about him. But I know he's very young. He's potentially one of, if not the youngest head coach in the league now. But yeah, congratulations. Nice young hire there in Utah. Who knows how it'll work out. Rotation here for year number one. Mike Conley is going to be starting. We're going to probably try to maximize his value come offseason. He's not a long-term answer here. I think everybody knows that. Mr. Donovan Mitchell, who's going to have to really lead this team. I am starting Malik Beasley at the 3. I'm starting Vanderbilt at the 4. Let me explain to you my thought process a little bit. We really don't have a ton of depth at that 3 option. There's really not a position thing in the NBA anymore. I mean, you can really play guys wherever you want. So Beasley's going to start at the 3. I like Vanderbilt a lot. I really want to tap into that potential a little bit. Hopefully he can potentially be a long-term answer here. And then I'm going to give Azubuike a start. I don't know if I necessarily want to start Walker Kessler on a team that's really not trying to tank or anything, but he's still going to be the backup center, so Azubuike will start. The bench, you know, the good thing is for us, we actually do have a pretty deep team. We got Jordan Clarkson as the 6th man, obviously has won a 6th man of the year before. He's going to stay there. Bojan Bogdanovic is going to come off the bench as well. I actually moved into the backup small forward role. We have Jared Butler, who's going to be playing. I'll get into more of my thought process in a little bit. We got Walker Kessler and then Rudy Gay. Let me explain to you some of my thought process down here, why Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Patrick Beverley are both not playing. Mostly Patrick Beverley's not playing because we do have Jared Butler, and if I'm thinking long term, I'd rather develop Butler because Beverley's gone after this year anyways. There's really no reason for me to have him. Sure, he'll probably play in real life if he stays in Utah, but not in my world. And then Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I honestly really just don't have a spot for him right now. He's not playing over Clarkson as the backup to Donovan Mitchell, and I really just don't see a way to get a third shooting guard in there for now. But maybe at the end of this video, by the end of this video, he'll get some minutes for us. But as of now, this is going to be the rotation here in Utah. We're obviously not going to be a contender this year. I wouldn't really even be surprised if we didn't make the playoffs. But we don't really have a reason to tank, and we have a lot of draft picks. So I guess that's pretty much all we got for now. See you guys in here, number one. First regular season here in Utah is over. We are a 9 seed here in the Western Conference. So we're in the play-in. We potentially could have a playoff spot. If I'm being honest with you, if Utah stands pat, I think they're at the most probably around a play-in team. I don't see them necessarily winning a playoff spot outright. I don't see them anywhere from 6 through 1, but just my opinion. Luka Doncic, your MVP. Congrats. He obviously wins MVP pretty much every video, and yeah, he averages numbers like this. Chet Holmgren, your Rookie of the Year in Oklahoma City. Ben Simmons, 6th man. Giannis, Trey Jones, and Willie Green, your Coach of the Year. Western Conference rebuild. You know what that means, baby. We got to face off with the Pelicans, who go 58-24. We went 40-42, so we were basically as mid as it gets. Like, I mean, if we won one more game, it would have been directly mid, but it's fine by me. Donovan Mitchell balled out. I'm assuming he was an all-star. We can go ahead and check that out real quick, just see if he was. And did I miss it? I probably missed it. I'm dumb. Yeah, he was an all-star this year, which is awesome to see. Malik Beasley, our second leading scorer at 20 points a game. Really good to see right there. Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, Jared Butler, Bojan Bogdanovic, Jared Vanderbilt. As a bouquet averaged 11 boards, I will take that. Vanderbilt with 10 boards as well. That's awesome. Rudy Gay, Walker Kessler, not the best rookie year, but again, he's only playing 12 minutes. All right, let's sim the plan. We got the Sacramento Kings, who have finally, not really, technically, is this a playoff appearance, but they're young and they beat us. Okay, congrats, Sacramento. You're about to get smoked by the Pelicans and they get swept. All right, I do have some plans with this team. I don't want anybody to think this is a realistic rebuild because it is not. The Memphis Grizzlies go on to win the finals, and Ja Morant is your finals MVP. Congrats, very deserved. Okay, this is not a realistic rebuild, but I do have a lot of plans with this team, and I'm going to probably make some Jazz fans mad if I do have any of you watching. So I'm going to do this my way. This is basically pretty much how I always do it, and I think it typically tends to work out a little bit for us, but obviously only time will tell. We're currently projected the number 13 overall pick along with number 3. It's actually swap worse, so if we do get that number 3 overall pick, I'm actually going to trade it to Houston for whatever pick they do have. Or, yeah, I think it's Houston. Okay, cool. Oh, no, the Rockets actually kept their pick. So we have number 12, and then we should have that pick next year maybe. I don't know. It's some sort. It's the swap of the better pick. I forget exactly how it is. Will Hardy's obviously fine here. We kind of threw him into the Lions then, if you will, here in his first season as head coach in Utah. Doesn't have the best squad working for us. And then we have the Brooklyn Nets pick at number 18, and we have number 25 via the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we do have draft picks this year, which is obviously huge. I don't need to make 3 selections. This team already has depth. We already have young talent. We're going to package these for either a higher pick or a player. I'll see you guys with that move. So we're going to see if Detroit is in the mood to move that number 2 overall pick. I think we have 2 options here. Obviously, Scoot Henderson 1, Victor Wembanyama, or however you pronounce his last name, is number 2. And obviously, those are both positions of need. Mike Conley's going to be gone. And I love Azubuike. I don't love him, but I think he's serviceable enough. He obviously played well for us this year starting. He's not a starting center on a championship team within a 3-year rebuild. So they're obviously not going to take that straight up, which is fine. I obviously don't have access to some of the later Timberwolves picks yet. I will give them to us here in a moment. But I would like to go ahead and get this number 2 overall pick. I think it would be cool. We only have 1 player under contract right now, unfortunately, and it basically is Walker Kessler. So do I want to move him and maybe go ahead and try to get Azubuike just to be my backup center? I honestly might be willing to do that. And again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know a lot about Walker Kessler because I really don't. But I know how valuable he is in this game. That's one thing I do know. And I'd be willing to do this for the number 2 overall pick. I'm not giving up another first after this, though, and they agree to that. Okay, cool. We now have the number 2 overall pick. It's either going to be Scoot Henderson or Victor Wembanyama. Whoever is sitting there and whoever does not go first overall, I'm very comfortable with either. Victor goes 1. Scoot Henderson is officially going to be in Utah. And he's going to be our new starting point guard. So we have our backcourt of the future. That being said, we still need to put a lot of pieces around this. Scoot Henderson, welcome to Utah. Team player options. I'm going to bring everybody back. I don't know why Vanderbilt's pissed. It's like this thing that happens. It's like him, Sadiq Bey. Their overalls get all butthurt. Like, you just started like on a team. I don't really know. You finally got a starting role, and now you're all pissy about it. I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't know who Kive Alumna is, or Alumna. Jared Butler qualifying. I'm going to give it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker as well. That $7 million price tag is a little bit high, but he could be in a trade. potentially as well. So we enter a free agency where it's not the best free agency class in the world. Obviously, a lot of these better players are restricted here and really not going to be going anywhere. But I don't think this is the year we're probably going to be spending anyways. I think we could potentially wait until next season and kind of give it one more year. And then we'll actually clear up, I believe, close to a maximum slot next year. So it's probably not going to be another good year, if I'm being honest with you. But I'm actually fine with that. I think we have the potential to maybe go out and suck again and have another high draft pick. But Mike Conley's going to be getting traded right now, and I think I'm going to trade a couple of these other guys as well. I'll see you guys with some trades. We're going to go ahead and upgrade our starting center position here, doing a trade with the New York Knicks. Mitchell Robinson is going to come over from Mike Conley in a second-round pick. Mitchell Robinson is not my favorite center in the world, but he obviously does a lot of things really well, except shoot the basketball. But, like, you know what I'm saying? He's obviously a really solid option there for what we have on this team right now. So he will be starting for at least one season for us. I don't know if he's going to be here the entirety of the video, but his contract also isn't that bad. He's making around $21 million a season, which is very serviceable for me and what I have going for us today. So I think Jordan Clarkson's time here has probably come to an end as well. Really doesn't fit the timeline. I think I can probably get a little bit of value for him, maybe even a first-round pick. So we're going to take a look at some trade offers for him. He's obviously been a really key piece of this team, and I hate to use the term success, but obviously you think of the Utah Jazz, they're typically a team that's always in the playoffs. They're never really good enough to actually be in that threshold of maybe winning it, but they're close. Ochai Agbaji really hasn't played, or I'm getting horrible with names. This first-round pick from Charlotte looks really valuable, and that's kind of weird because Charlotte tends to be pretty good. So probably not going to do that trade. Wow. Jordan Poole, huh? I don't really have a spot for him, so I'm not going to do that trade. Is this an unprotected? It's a Wizards first-round pick. What's Washington's roster looking like? Right? Yeah, I'm going to take that. Thank you, Jordan Clarkson. That's for your time, but I'm going to take that Wizards first-round pick. So we have 6 guys under contract right now on a team that really, again, is not going to be good, and Jared Vanderbilt's still all pissy for God knows what reason. What's our free agent situation look like? I'm going to let Bogdanovich go, I think. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is somebody I want back, and then I also need to get Jared Butler back. He is restricted, though. So we'll spend a little bit of money this year. It's probably going to be a lot of one-year deals because I think that's probably the best way to do this right now. So we're going to get a backup 1, a backup 3, and a backup 4. Again, I don't need anybody too crazy good this season. More like probably going to be guys that are just on one-year deals that potentially could be flexible just to get off this team next offseason. So I'll pay the guys while I have a little bit of money here. Like I'll pick up somebody. Oh wait, I don't need Kendrick Dunn. I don't need a point guard. I could not be dumber right now. Okay, I just wasted a day of free agency. Let me go ahead and now sign either a small forward or a power forward. Keldon Johnson's here. Could be a fun option. I just really don't feel like we need him on this team. He's just probably too good, and like I hate to say that honestly. Like maybe somebody like Jayshawn Tate. You know what? I'll actually take a flyer on Cam Reddish here. I'm gonna actually do a 2-year deal with Cam Reddish. It's gonna be a team option for the second season. It's actually a pretty good contract. We are not gonna. Oh, actually, I might have to. Nope. Shit. That sucks. Nickeil Alexander-Walker really wasn't gonna play anyways. I'd rather get Jared Butler back. So Cameron Reddish is gonna come in and be my new backup small forward. We're also gonna wait on Jared Butler. And what do I need now? I need a backup. I need a backup 4. All right, who are my power forward options? Larry Nance Jr. on a 1-year contract is fine by me. And then we'll get Jared Butler back, and I will see you guys. Oh, I just renounced the rights on him. Why did it do that? It didn't do it in the first time, and then it did it the second time. Oh, that's annoying. Well, that's my fault. It really is. Ricky Rubio, Pat Beverly, Schroeder. Good God. These are not really the options I was hoping for. I'll sign Rubio. I'll bring Ricky Rubio back on a 1-year contract. He'll do 2 years. My bad. I did not mean to renounce the rights on him. The game did that, and yeah, it's annoying, but whatever. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. Second season for us here in Utah. We've made a lot of changes to this team. I think they're all for the better. Again, this is not going to be a competitive season. If you were really hoping for a competitive year number 2, I am sorry. But I think this sets us up really well for this offseason and hopefully for the final year here. Scoot Henderson, obviously our number 2 overall draft pick. We have Donovan Mitchell still here. Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, and Mitchell Robinson, one of the guys we traded for this offseason. The bench unit's okay. Cameron Reddish, Larry Nance Jr., Udoka Azubuike, and Ricky Rubio. It sucks I lost Jared Butler for basically nothing. It is my fault, but the game auto-renounced him for whatever reason. But it's just one of those annoying 2K things that just seems to never go away. But we obviously are hoping for a lot of development for our younger players and for Donovan Mitchell to maybe lead us to a playoff spot this year. Only time will tell. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. To be completely honest with you, I think we overachieved this season a little bit. We're up to the number 3 seed here in the Western Conference. Luka's your MVP again. Shocker, I know. But number 3 seed, that's a lot higher than I thought we were going to be. I thought we were, again, potentially a fringe play-in team. 3 seed, that really shocks me. Scoot Henderson wins Rookie of the Year for us, 22.5 points, 5 boards, 8 assists. I'm very happy he is a member of this squad. Ben Simmons, 6th Man of the Year. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Onyeka Okongwu, Most Improved. Jason Kidd, Coach of the Year. 65 and 17. Holy shit, Dallas is very good. We finished with a record of 48 and 34. Okay, so I mean that's not crazy for like wins wise. Like obviously 48 wins is a lot more than you'd expect from a playing team, but like 48 wins is more realistic than 3 seed. It obviously just kind of panned out for us that way this year. Donovan Mitchell definitely did this scoring thing this year. Malik Beasley, holy shit. God damn. Look at his relations. Lit. It's the first time I've ever seen that in 2K. What are the devs doing? Cam Reddish, Mitchell Robinson, Jared Vanderbilt, Ricky Rubio, Larry Nance Jr., Azubuike, Daniel House. Got a couple minutes. So it's obviously cool having 320-plus point per game guys. That's not something I'm always able to accomplish on all of my teams. The teams really do just have to be built right. And this was one of them. So we got Memphis here in the first round. The defending NBA champions, Ja Morant. They added Zach LaVine. Oh, how the fuck did you do that? And never mind the fact that you added Zach LaVine, one of the best guards in the entirety of the NBA. But you also did it on a championship team and really didn't lose. Like it looked like you lost a lot of depth. Congrats. You're doing something right there in Memphis. I did not mean to sim the series. I meant to go game by game. And how are we winning? How are you a 6 seed even? All right, we're definitely going to choke, aren't we? No, we don't. We move on to Oklahoma City. I have no idea, one, how we lost to that team, and I have no idea how they're a 6 seed. That's crazy. Shea, Giddey, Oubre, Miles Bridges, go fuck yourself. Chet Holmgren, Poku, Darius Baisley, Xavier Tillman. Okay, we win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. And we win game 4. I'll take it. That's interesting. Also, just because I'm sure there's probably somebody out there that's saying this, I still see comments to this day. It's like, oh, you're cheating. I love you guys, and I put a lot of effort into my videos. I genuinely to this day have never had the feeling that I need to go ahead and cheat in 2K. I find those funny. Dallas sweeps the shit out of us, so shocker there. Cleveland goes on to win the finals. Yeah, Darius Garland, finals MVP. Very underrated player in this league still. Okay, let's hit the draft lottery right now. See if we got anything in the pick department for us. Calling our name. We are projected number 6 via Washington. We know that pick is unprotected. I think that's the only one we're potentially going to have, but I will 100% take that. And we actually end up with number 7 overall. Not a bad pick right there. What I think I might do is I think I might go ahead and draft somebody to kind of bolster this bench a little bit. We obviously do have some options with this bench, but I think why is Mitchell... Is everybody getting pissy right now? All right, it must be something about this file. I have no idea what's wrong. If anybody knows, please let me know in the comment section, because what are you pissed about? I honestly have no idea. I really don't. Do I have team chemistry on or something? No, it's off. I have no idea what's going on. If anybody knows in the comment section, please let me know, because I honestly, I can't even fathom to begin to know what's wrong with this. Why are all the morales down? That's just weird. That being said, we're going to draft somebody. It looks like a lot of guys are pissed and want to get the hell out of Dodge, so we're going to go ahead, draft somebody, and you could potentially be replaced. Kwame Evans Jr., number 1. DJ Wagner goes 2. Javante Taylor. Mikey Williams. Bronny James. Holy shit, I didn't realize he was in this draft class. That really doesn't look like Bronny. Well, not really, but whatever. Gigi Jackson. He's going to be a 78 overall, and yeah, he's going to be my guy right now, because obviously we don't know what's going on with Jared Vanderbilt, and Larry Nance Jr. is probably gone. Gigi Jackson, not a bad option. Cam Reddish is going to be coming back. I don't know if he's going to be staying. He played decently off the bench for us. Vanderbilt's overall is just shooting down. As a boot camp, I'm going to give the qualifying to as well. I don't know what's going on with Jared Vanderbilt. I really don't. We enter a free agency where we potentially could go out and maybe make a big move. I'd like to sign somebody, potentially one of these big names. I don't know who the hell it would be. But yeah, so do we have any cash space? Hypothetically, if I wanted an Anthony Davis, I don't. Obviously, I'd have to make some trades, and I think that kind of goes without being said. There's also a guy like Kawhi Leonard who is here. But let's make some trades, because I definitely want to sign one of these big names. We're getting a first-round pick from the San Antonio Spurs for Mitchell Robinson and Billy Hernan-Gomez. Hernan-Gomez will not be staying. I'm doing this trade to clear up cap space, because I ultimately do want to go ahead and get a team that's hopefully going to be a championship caliber one for us. So we just basically completely traded away a center possibility for us. We really don't have anybody else under roster right now, maybe besides Azubuike, who could potentially be a starting center on a championship team. So that was a big risk. What I'm going to do now is offer Anthony Davis a contract. He has no real contract offers. He just won a Defensive Player of the Year. Is 31 years old, but we're entering the final season here. And if I can get him on this team, I think it'd be a huge addition here. Obviously, we do have some free agents here who we'd probably have to let go. Malik Beasley would be a really unfortunate one. Yeah, it's probably how it's going to have to work. What are the qualifying offers on these guys? How much are they? Because Vanderbilt's is $7 million. Beasley's is, yeah, he's got to have to go. That's a tough one, but it's kind of how it's going to have to work. Because I do have guys under contract right now. So we have $1.23 million in cap space right now. If I were to potentially trade like a Ricky Rubio, or I could just move Cam Reddish, but I think Cam Reddish at this point is probably going to be a starting option for me, unless I have to go ahead and trade him for somebody who's just a little bit better. But I can hopefully keep... No, I can't. Fuck. That sucks. That really does suck. All right, I guess maybe Cam Reddish is going to have to get moved. I'm not going to let Anthony Davis just go. I think he'd be a huge upgrade to this team. I'm also not just going to trade Cameron Reddish for nothing because I think he could be a really key piece to this team, potentially being competitive and potentially a championship winner next season. So I'm going to have to find a trade manually for somebody making less than $18 million. That's a lot easier said than done, but we do have a lot of draft picks. I'll see you guys with the move. So these are our options of guys making less than $17.5 million that could potentially be traded for, and we still have enough money for Anthony Davis. Wendell Carter Jr. was one I thought of. Unfortunately, Cameron Reddish is just making too much money. I guess Orlando doesn't have any money to do that. So I'm really looking for a small forward here because worst comes to worst, I can start G.G. Jackson at that power forward spot. So if I'm going position by position, it really comes down to would I prefer Franz Wagner or would I prefer somebody maybe like a Jonathan Kuminga who's actually been playing really well. I just don't know if Golden State's going to have the money, and they're not. So that's kind of the problem I run into. I have to find somebody who's like just making below that, and I think Jonathan Isaac might be my guy here. Brings in a really good element of defense. He obviously is not here for his scoring or really anything, but it's basically just him here for the defense. Also, how many minutes per game did he play? He played around 16 minutes. So those numbers should go up a little bit. Again, they're not going to be a perfect, swap, if you will, but, we get somebody here like Jonathan Isaac. I think he'd come in really add an element of defense. So he's going to be moved to the small forward spot. Obviously, we have 4 guys under contract. That should let me go ahead and bring back Azubuike. It does, with $101,000 left to spend. That's pretty crazy. We're obviously giving up a ton of depth, but we're getting a superstar here in Anthony Davis. I obviously do not play with injuries on. So, yeah, whoops. No, Vanderbilt, not Azubuike. I'm sorry. That would have been bad. Yeah, cool. So I'm going to bring back Jared Vanderbilt, and I'm potentially going to be trading him at this point. I have no idea why he's so... Oh, he won't negotiate with me. Sick dude. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to get him back because we have 5 guys under contract right now. Or you can just wait. I'll go ahead and sign some backups. I need a lot of backups. So, yeah, let me bring in somebody. Actually, no. Let me go ahead and bring in... Sorry, I know I'm all over the place. I'll bring in Chris Dunn. We're adding a lot of defense to this team, which I think is really good. I'm not letting Jared Vanderbilt go. Thank God I didn't make that mistake again. We don't need a backup shooting guard. We do need a backup small forward. Jordan Clarkson, could bring him back to this squad, but don't really need him necessarily. We do need a backup power forward. I think Jalen McDaniels would be cool. Obviously, we're going to bring back Vanderbilt, but he's then going to go ahead and get traded. Jesus Christ, this is such an annoying process. Jalen McDaniels, welcome to the squad. Then the backup center option is going to be, like Alex Len, I guess. Good God. I guess I'll wait on Vanderbilt at this point, and then we should be... Oh, no, I still need a small forward. Well, it's annoying. What's annoying right now is, I'm going to probably go ahead... I'll probably honestly try to play Vanderbilt because I want to. He's been playing decently well for us. He's just pissed off, and, that's pissing me off in return. Good God. All right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm playing Vanderbilt. His overall can be butthurt or whatever. I'm sorry this has been such a long process. I'm going to go ahead and trade Jalen McDaniels. Actually, how tall is he? He's 6'10". What are my shooting guard options here? I know, I'm all over the place right now. I'm sorry. Do I want Kendrick Williams? 5'3". That's fine. All right. We have a 9-man rotation. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get McDaniels back, and I'll see you guys at the start of the 3rd and final year. This is how the team's going to be looking going into the 3rd and final season. We obviously made some moves. We added Jared Vanderbilt back to this team. Anthony Davis is obviously our huge free agent signing. It's rare I ever add Anthony Davis to a team. You can't trade for him. And by the time year 3 comes up, I never really have the cap space for him. So I thought it was fun. Maybe this wasn't the best way to go about this post-Rudy Gobert Jazz rebuild, but I still had fun with it. Scoot Henderson, Donovan Mitchell, Jonathan Isaac, Jared Vanderbilt, and Anthony Davis going to be the starting 5 here for the 3rd and final season. The bench unit definitely took a hit. Chris Dunn, G.G. Jackson, who we just drafted, Kendrick Williams, and Alex Len. It's not the best bench in the world. Hopefully it's good enough, though. I'll see you guys at the end of the 3rd and final year. I have no idea what the fuck is going on because Scoot Henderson just won an MVP here at the end of the 3rd year, as we are the 1 seed here in the West, also number 1 in the power rankings. Fuck it, I'll take it. Omaha Biliu, Rookie of the Year. You're probably 17 right now. That's funny. Simmons, 6th man. Jaren Jackson Jr., Defensive Player of the Year. Chet Holmgren, Most Improved. Will Hardy, 68-14 here into year number 3 in Utah. Of course, it doesn't fucking matter if we don't win in the playoffs, but goddamn, Will. Good job leading this squad. Mitchell, again, 30. Oh, my God. Scoot Henderson is super solid as well. MVP Scoot Henderson. Anthony Davis balled out for us. Yeah, other than those three, the scoring really takes a dip, but I don't really care who scores. I don't really care who does what, as long as we win games. Sim the play, and we end up with Golden State, because, you know, why wouldn't we end up with Golden State in the first round? God damn it, bro. I mean, come on. What is this game out to get me today or something? We're up 3-0 here in the first round, 3-1. We're not blowing this, are we? No, we do not. Moving on to Memphis here in round number 2. Ja Morant, Zach LaVine. Oh, yeah, we beat this team last year. They are still very, very good. Let's see if we can get by them here in round number 2. We're down 2-1 right now. 2-2. We're not losing in the second round. I can't do that. Moving on to the Western Conference Finals, the 7-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder, Shea, Giddey, THT, go fuck yourself, Chet Holmgren, Isaac Okoro-Poku, David Tillman. Really good bench right there in Oklahoma City. I believe we actually lost to them last year. We're up 2-1 right now. We're up 3-1. Don't do this. Don't fucking do this. We're in the NBA Finals. Kyrie Irving, Cameron Thomas, Josh Green, Kevin Durant, Deron Sharp. Obviously, the Nets would not be in the finals in this situation if Kyrie and KD were gone. We are obviously still waiting for what feels like a really long time to finalize those trades. And I don't really blame Brooklyn. They obviously want to get the best return. But as of now, I'm not just going to let them go into free agency or something. So that is why they're still in the Nets. I actually had a comment about that the other day. And I was like, where would you like me to put them, Christopher? Like, I don't fucking know. Just explaining my thought process. We're down 3-1. Even if we lose, I want to get a little bit of gameplay with this team. I think this was a fun team. We got an MVP in Scoot Henderson, so we're probably going to lose. It's KD and Kyrie, and you know we're Utah, but we'll see. Yeah, we're not going to win this one. I'll get a possession or two, though. We obviously came close to a championship. We were here in the finals. Unfortunately, just could not get it done. But we'll get a little bit of gameplay with this team real quick and see if we can go ahead and maybe get a cool possession or something like that. Jared Vanderbilt's covering Kevin Durant. That makes me a little bit nervous, if I'm being completely honest with you. I'd probably prefer Jonathan Isaac. Anthony Davis could not stop Kevin Durant. Nobody really can stop Kevin Durant. That being said, all right, Henderson, our MVP, 19-4-8 on the night. Not too bad. Let's run a quick floppy. I don't even know who it's going to be for, but yeah, let's do it. Going to be for Donovan Mitchell? It is. Right over here to Donovan Mitchell, just pull, and that was a horrible shot. I don't even know why I'm getting gameplay right now. I'm fucking tragically bad at this. This is going to be the final possession, just because I do not want to go ahead and sit through a Finals MVP ceremony. KD, you going to pull that? Just do something. I don't know. I don't really know why I hopped in right now. I don't really know why I'm showing you guys, but yeah, KD. All right, we're just going to push it up here. I'm going to take one more three with Donovan Mitchell here. No, I'm not. All right, I'll see you guys at the finals. I'm not saying through the finals MVP ceremony. I'm sorry. Brooklyn goes on to beat us. As always, I'm assuming I probably threw in that gameplay. If I didn't, it was because it was fucking dog shit. But if I did, enjoy my pain, whatever. So we don't get a championship. We still made a really fun team. Again, I took a little bit of a different approach in this one. That's what I've been kind of trying to do with some of these rebuilds, because I'm sure it gets repetitive for you guys seeing me get the same guys over and over. I got a lot of guys today that I really don't get a lot. So I thought that was fun to spice it up a little bit. Could I have won a championship with a different approach? I'll never know, I guess. I probably could have, but I'm still really happy with the way this one came out. Obviously, I maybe didn't capitalize on the Timberwolves picks enough either, but end of the day, I still think we made a really good squad. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below. I would definitely appreciate it. Of course, if you guys are new around here, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. The growth has been awesome lately, and I really do want to give one more big thank you to you guys before we do wrap this video. But as always, you guys got any other video ideas as well, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. I'm getting back into the rebuild challenges, which has been awesome, and it seems like you guys have been enjoying them as well. Other than that, that wraps this one up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a great week. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.